I mean, something that we kind of started talking about, but we didn't really get too into is our histories. We're mixed race people. And that has, in my mind, has given us kind of a unique perspective on things.
Oh, most definitely.
Because even though we're both half white and we're both half something else, black, brown, I guess, we were never 100% included in either of those two.
Not at all.
And being half white, to me, at least in my experiences, doesn't really mean anything anyway, because white people only accept people based on who they are generally. Like, not all white people are friends, kind of thing.
No.
Just like not all black people are friends.
They're actually much more likely to fight each other than anybody else.
Exactly. So, but that being said, we were never included in the minority group either.
No.
100%.
No.
Definitely included when it suits the purposes
when we toe
of the
the
moment.
line.
When you toe the line.
When you toe the line, you're accepted.
And so because of that, we've had to develop coping mechanisms, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's not, and I think that's why we have a maybe unique ability to understand that individual comes first. I don't know if everyone. I've never lived as a fully brown man, or black or anything.
Neither have I.
So it's like, so I don't know if it's just me or how we see the world or whatever, more uniquely, but I get the sense that, because we've had to live as individuals and it's about what we offer and about who we or how we interact with the world as opposed to what we look like.
Right.
We've had that unique ability to see that is arguably the better way of going. We've constructed friend groups. We've constructed families based on how we interact with people and what we get responded back to with.
I mean, to delve deeper into that, I feel like, at least for you and me, and I have noticed that there is kind of a split when it comes to mixed race people that I've met, where either this is kind of the result of being mixed race in their lived experience, or they will adopt or identify fully with their minority side. Right. But for this, I feel for me at least, the component, and I actually I brought this up in conversation years ago with a very good friend of mine who is it's not quite activism, but I'd call her a black visionary of sorts. And one of the things that, because there's in general we agree on truth, justice, and, being fair and equal-minded. But, there's a few lines where we kind of don't always agree on. Right. And we're not seeing things eye to eye. And it comes down to, it usually came down to, how I see myself versus how she sees herself, right? And how she easily, she was adopting the framework that we're talking about. She would view herself as separate from white people specifically. And I know why. There's actually a lot of good reason for why that happens. But and she couldn't figure out why I was refusing to adopt that mindset. And the thing that I arrived on is because it's a biological, one of the core things is it's a biological imperative for me to not see it that way. Because being somebody who is of two races, if those two sides don't get along, I don't exist anymore. I don't happen if those two sides are fighting each other. And so it is almost, and I don't know how true this is, but I get a sense that some of this is a biological imperative on my part. It's a survival mechanism for me to be look, you guys need to start seeing that you're more similar than you are different. You need to really know that and embody that and internalize that concept. Because if you don't, I die. I don't happen. And there's no other way for us to exist in the way that we do. We can't, technically, I guess you can two mixed people can make another mix, but it's not the same thing. It's a little different.
Right.
And so I feel to some degree, I am, even from a just purely biological standpoint, I'm more prone to try and find that connection between people than I am to draw these lines between them. And part of that is also because of my lived experience, as you mentioned, not really fitting squarely into either category.
Right.
Like if I'm neither of you, if I'm simultaneously both, we're Schrodinger's race. We're simultaneously both races and neither race.
And neither, yeah. So we are our own. We are forced to be more individualistic than maybe is expected of other people. Maybe, because I don't know 100%. I just the feeling that I get. But,
yeah.